Why do you have a safe house if you're not going to get in it? And why can't you just put the phone in the safe house? A great movie sabotaged by a terrible villain. Like a great superhero being sabotaged by his cape. I'm gonna play Edna and take off that cape and unleash the movie's true potential. Once upon a time, there was a superhero fighting a supervillain, and that superhero threw a car at the supervillain. The car hit him, knocking him out, but also destroyed some houses behind the villain too as collateral damage. Yay! Everyone's celebrating! He beat the supervillain. They're all partying, having cake, and that superhero is seen as a symbol of heroism. A shining beacon of hope who helps all and is loved by all. Except the poor woman whose house he just destroyed. This woman doesn't see him as a hero. She now has to live homeless on the streets because of how careless the superhero was. I mean, if he's really that powerful, surely he can beat the villain without throwing a car, right? So now this woman, Evelyn, who is old and a retired scientist, is walking down the streets starving, looking at posters and newspapers of this guy's quote-unquote heroism everywhere. She sees kids read comic books about superheroes, and even in the comic, the superheroes destroy valuable property to defeat the villain. The kids read it all excited, like, yeah, go kick his butt. She then sees that same superhero in public, with everyone gathering around him as he gives autographs and takes pictures. She walks up next to him. The superhero says, "Hey, what do you want me to sign?" Evelyn says, You don't recognize me?" "Oh, I'm afraid not. I have so many fans, I wish I knew them all. But feel free to tell me something about yourself." Evelyn says nothing and slowly walks away. This would be a very interesting critique on the superhero genre, because even though it's cool to see superheroes destroy villains by trashing everything, people often miss the amount of hurt that could cause. It often gets swept under the rug and people go like, "Oh, it's just boring financial problems, I'm sure it'll get fixed. Big strong man fighting other big strong man, more interesting." This would show that the quote-unquote boring financial problems are a bigger issue than you think it would be. Evelyn worked very hard and spent almost her entire life saving up to afford that house, only for it to be destroyed so some guy can look cool. But she doesn't get mad, she wants to get even. She uses her scientific knowledge to try and come up with a way to kill superheroes once and for all. Maybe even with a few friends who also had their home destroyed by careless superheroes. Or we could stick to the original plot of the whole issue with superheroes being illegal.
Superheroes are illegal. Whether it's fair or not, that's the law.
And Evelyn being the antagonist who tries to keep things that way, while the Incredibles figure out ways to become legal again, despite Evelyn's evil manipulative tactics to stop them, like framing, bribing politicians, influencing the media, threatening voters, etc. Now click here if you want to see me do the same thing with Kung Fu Panda 4's Chameleon.